YouTube, you don't need to clock to know what time it is. It's pride time. And I'm back in here with some Detroit Lions talk for y'all, man. Today I'm going to talk about a little bit of everything. I'm going to talk about the Mike Daniels signing. I'm going to be talking about Teez Tabor situation, a little bit about training camp, and a little bit about this Darius Slay/SlaySnacks situation. So let me start off with the Mike Daniels situation, since that's one of the newer topics. Detroit Lions signed Mike Daniels. I think it was at $9.5 million. My initial reaction to it, of course, I'm happy for this move. I think what Bob Quinn is doing is really starting to solidify key positions on offense and defense. And not only is one man good enough, you have to have multiple men to be able to step in and serve a greater purpose. And that's what Bob Quinn is doing. So shout out to him. Also, I'm going to go into a little bit more about that, but that's in the next topic. So Mike Daniels, what are we getting with Mike Daniels? Now, some people bring up the fact that Mike Daniels actually had off season. I can't refute that. He had a down season. All right, the guy, what was it? He played in 10 games, and in those 10 games, he had 2 sacks and 16 solo tackles. I think for a combined like 21 tackles altogether. I mean, not good, not very good at all. But I also understand at the same time, he was injured last year. Okay, he did sit out 6 games, and I'm not even sure within those 10 games that he played that he wasn't playing hurt somewhat. So the year I do know this, he is a Pro Bowler. The years before that, he has been very productive. I think he averages 4 sacks on the season. He gets a lot of tackles. So this is his down year. Let's see what he can do in a new environment, under a new scheme that will better fit him into his strengths. And the new environment will hopefully help motivate him to do better and have better production. So yes, that's the Mike Daniels situation. All right, moving on to Teez Tabor. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to tell you right now, I do not hate Teez Tabor. I have nothing against the man. The man seems like he has a great head on his shoulders. He's very humble. He's saying all the right things during training camp and off season. But the fact of the matter remains the same. Teez Tabor is not going to be successful in the scheme that Bob Quinn and Matt Patricia wants to run. All right, Teez Tabor does better in a zone coverage scheme. All right, we like to run a whole lot more man coverage, and his attributes does not give him the best chance to succeed in that scheme. So while all y'all are hoping and praying that Teez Tabor is going to have this miraculous comeback and that he's going to come through and prove everyone wrong, I'm going to tell you right now, don't set yourself up for the failure. Don't set yourself up for the disappointment, because that's what you're doing. And with this new signing of Trevon McFadden, he's garbage. All right? There ain't no reason for anybody to even bring him up during this discussion. He's literally replacing Teez Tabor, because Teez Tabor right now is day-to-day with the injury. I think he has a knee injury or ankle injury. So one of those. So they literally went and signed somebody who could come in and, be similar to what Teez Tabor is. Now, McFadden is a big body back. He's 6'2". He's long, and he's similar to Teez Tabor. I mean, he's slow. He's just as slow as Teez Tabor. He struggles in man coverage just like Teez Tabor does. So this is just a way for them to simulate an actual Teez Tabor during these practices. I don't expect him at all to make this team. All right, so I know people are talking about he was highly recruited coming out of college. So what? There have been players who have been highly recruited in college and came to the pros and didn't own up to shit. Doesn't hold any value. So that's that about that situation. All right, let's move on to the training camp situations. Let me give a shout out to Everything King. Let me give a shout out to J-Mo, and let me give a shout out to Michael Mike. Appreciate y'all going down to the Lions facility and getting some film. There are fans, including myself, who aren't able to be down there to see what's going on. And I appreciate y'all taking time out of y'all day to fill us in on that. Really appreciate it. How I feel about training camp is a little different from what everybody else thinks or how they feel. I don't put a whole lot of value into what I see in training camp. I want to see the guys become and look more acclimated into the pro style of football. I want to see that, of course, they're learning the plays and they're getting more familiar with the scheme and everything like that. I also want to see that everyone comes back in good shape and in good health. And for the majority part of that, it seems that is the case. So that's what I'm looking at with training camp. I don't put too much value in it because if you played football growing up, when you face your own team, everybody's tendencies. Hell, you even know the plays. So you're not even really acting on instinct or using your head too much. You're more so trying to beat that player to that spot and just make the play on that player. And that's what it comes down to. And we see that TJ Hawkinson is making great catches. Kudos to him. Got to do it against the Patriots when we go up against them in the preseason. But kudos to him nonetheless. Same thing goes with Tavai. I've been hearing rave reviews about Tavai. Kudos to him. Got to see it in the preseason game. Got to see it in the regular season. I'm not trying to shoot these guys down, but at the same time, I understand what we were up against here. So that's that. And last and not least, the Darius Slay and Snacks situation. I have been trying to get updates about Darius Slay and Snacks situation with their contract. I don't know if they're wanting extensions or they're just wanting more money with the 2 years they have. Needless to say, how those meetings went with Bob Quinn and their agent, I don't think anyone knows but them. But I do know this: they have reported to training camp, which is a good thing. But as I understand correctly, I don't think first they listed themselves, or the Lions listed them as non-football related injury. And then I think Darius Slay was just activated a couple of days ago off the non-active roster. But even though these guys are at camp, I don't think they've actually taken a snap. So to me, the situation still glooms over this organization right now. I don't know what Bob Quinn plans on doing, but whatever it is, he has to get it done in a hurry. We're literally weeks away from this season, not even a month, and we need to have everybody on the same page. Everyone needs to be focused in, and we don't need any type of distractions. Now, I believe that Snacks has a case to demand more money, but just because he has a case doesn't mean it's going to get done. There's a saying that goes, you're only worth what someone's willing to pay you. If Bob Quinn isn't willing to pay Snacks and Slay what they're asking, it is what it is. Do I want these guys on the team? Obviously. You will be lying to yourself if you said you don't want these players on the team from a skill and talent perspective. But am I willing to let these guys hold back the rest of the team? No. It's unfortunate, but we may have to move on from these guys. Bob Quinn may have to make that decision to say, hey, you know what? I think their services have been great for our organization. But at the end of the day, I'm trying to build a legacy here. I'm trying to put this franchise in the best position possible for the future. And what they're asking of me may not allow me to do that. So I have to do what's in the best interest for the team going forward. It is what it is. I really do believe that both Snacks and Darius Slay want to play football. I think they enjoy playing for the Lions. And they understand that even though what they have negotiated in their contracts isn't what they're satisfied with as of now, they may have to let it ride. And if they decide to not do so, hey, it is what it is either way. Well, that's going to do it for this video. I appreciate y'all stopping by. Until next time, I'm out. Y'all take care.